Hi. Hello one, hello all. Good morning. Happy Saturday the 30th for most of us. Depending on where you are. Unless oh no wait, if you're on the West Coast, it's still Friday. So there's that. Quick shout out to everybody in the chat already. Tony Chappie, what's up? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Trevor? Jeremy, Dice, bonjour. Um, yeah. I forgot. I was looking at my old time and fucked myself right out of thinking, which is a common thing here for me. Hello, Reese. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Reese. I want to say it's pronounced Reese, right? Like phonetically spelled Reese. Good, thank God. I hate that. I hate. No, I don't hate that name. I just hate when I try to do somebody justice of their name and fuck up because I'm really good at fucking up. Trust me, I'm a pro. Um, we can just shoot the shit tonight, but first, remember when I used to do movie talk and reviews and stuff like that? I just wanted to turn back the clock a little bit, and well, movies that didn't involve some female being horribly treated and seeking revenge and people being forced to eat things that aren't what most of society would call food. I used to cover like movies, movies that just dealt with topics like oh, we're a family and our son is going to be a baseball player. How do we deal with that? I used to talk about movies like that and horror movies where there was no sort of sexual assault. It was just a crazed lunatics chasing people with no set agenda. Just you're running. I have a sharp thing. I'm going to kill you. That's what I would talk about in the past. Movies like that, but um, thanks to its popularity, the Who Would Like That, um, which I've thrown under the Savage Cinema banner, is quite successful on this channel and has forced my hand. So I'm forced to talk about movies like Salo, a Serbian film, Irreversible, Requiem for a Dream. Requiem for a Dream basically is compared to things like Salo and Human Centipede. Requiem for a Dream is like a fucking cakewalk. Um, what do we got here? Trevor, I started watching Stranger Things for 2 days, and like people said, it's terrific. Uh, I can mostly promise there's nothing truly bizarre being eaten in the Forbidden Zone. Thanks, Alonzo. That is, I recorded that. No, I'm not. Well, yeah, I guess I am a vampire. I'm still on American time, and there's part of me that's like, what's the point? Because I'm gonna have to head back shortly, but before it gets cold. So, like whatever the fuck. It's Friday night. Excuse me, Saturday morning. Let's party. Um, yeah, Dice is another late, late. I was gonna say bloomer. I don't late, never mind. Dice is always around late as well. Also could have been a late bloomer, I don't know. So, I had recently seen before good evening, good morning, stiff kittens. Um, late bloomer. Yeah, yeah. These are all DVDs behind me. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. Um, I'm surprised somebody hasn't come up with that channel, considering how fucking many yogurt heads there are in the BlueTube community. I'll just keep gaining their love and support every chance I get, no matter how far on the outside of that community I am. Trying to get my hands on a copy of Amityville Karen so that I can review it, but it's hard to find. Apparently, that movie is a little rare. Um, Solo is a tough watch, but there are moments that crack me up, mainly the facial expressions of one character. I think I know who you're talking about. What? No Amityville Vibrator? Is there an Amityville Vibrator? I wouldn't. There's like 9,000 Amityville movies. I wouldn't put it past that to be an actual title. Beyonce has a new album out called Renaissance. Thoughts? I have zero thoughts. Absolutely zero. But first, I'm gonna do like actual genuine movie talk, like really actual genuine movie talk. I watched something and I was completely surprised at how much of a good time I had with it. Maybe because I've got nothing else to do with my fucking luggage lost. And that's the Netflix film directed by the Russo brothers. Russo brothers, of course, of Marvel fame. They directed the Avengers. What are your names? Endgame and the one before it. I'm such a Marvel fan, can't you tell? Oh my god. Oh my god. Infinity War. Do you know, I genuinely, when I first started YouTube, like stuff like Civil War and like Avengers, the one with the robot, like I was like fired up for those movies. And now I'm just like, yeah, yes, I don't know, the one with the fucking the globe, the dude who's fallen into the globe, whatever the fuck. I'm done. I'm phased out. Phase 5, phase 6, phase me out, bro. If I'm not implying, I'm not. Oh my god, there's an IMDb title. Oh my god. Yep, that is in the store. That is in my Teespring store. You can have your very own Manville shirt. Oh, Reese, preach. Nice Guys was a great movie, a really, really good movie, and I'll touch on elements of Ryan Gosling from The Nice Guys when I eventually get to talk about Gray Man. Um, not assuming, but in lieu of sending super chats, there is this thing that I met somebody hooked me up with that first of all, if you want to support the channel and get exclusives and early stuff and a teaser image for something that's coming in a couple of months, uh, that's up there on Patreon. Patreon.com/WILIscredia. Different tiers, whatever, so on and so forth. Always appreciate the support. Um, Early stuff, exclusive stuff, so on, so forth. You guys knew about Halloween Kills a year and a half before everybody else did. Shh. Um, but in lieu of super chats, I do get notified of these. Um, this is like, I don't know, the competition or the Burger King to Buy Me a Coffee's McDonald's. You can make a one-time support at ko-fi.com, coffee/WILIscredia, and 100% of what you put into it goes to the channel, unlike super chats where less than 100% goes to the channel. I don't want to say anything. So the same could be said for Twitch. If you make some sort of donation on Twitch or anything on Twitch, it's they still take their little they suck the teat themselves. But if you go to coffee ko-fi.com/WILIscredia, everything of what you put together is comes to me, comes to the channel. So if you $5, $5 comes here. $10, $10 comes here. $1,000, $1,000 comes here. $1,000, I will rename the channel after you. That is false, but I will do something rather extravagant. I don't know. But that being said, shit, I had something to follow that up with. Fuck. You have on coffee.com, you have the ability to make a comment, and I get notified immediately of a free coffee. And if you have a comment, you're essentially sending a super chat. So not assuming, just my preference. If you want to help out the channel and kind of go around the YouTube elements a little bit, that's the best way we can do this in the back alley, is the bootleg Buy Me a Coffee. Let me catch up here. Oh, dude, Rudy does need him. I might, yeah, when everything gets straightened out, if I may, whenever I get my luggage and whenever I get, all my, I have things on fucking different continents. Whenever I get my stuff and financials back in order, I may just fucking comp Rudy a Melville shirt. What do we got here? Ryan Gosling is playing Ken in the new Barbie movie. You thought The Gray Man was underwhelming. Love Gosling, Evans on arms, had some fun scenes, creative lighting. Just thought it felt a bit cheap and too Netflixy. Needed to be rated R, in my opinion. I won't disagree with the R rated. I do have a review on Letterboxd if you want my absolute fresh opinion. Like I typed that up as the credits were rolling. Better movie, Place Beyond the Pines or Blue Valentine. Blue Valentine certainly is grittier. Blue Valentine nails what being in a shit relationship is like for her, sure. Like that is a I don't want to call it a good movie. It's not something you say, "Hey, I feel good today. Let me watch a movie." And this is about a relationship, and they're going to be loving, and everything's going to be fine. Because it isn't. It's like fucking Showa for romance. That's what Blue Valentine is. But they do nail it, and I do happen to like Ryan Gosling's performance more in Blue Valentine. Um, I did hear that. I heard that Winnie the Pooh has a horror film. I don't want to watch the trailer. I want to go in completely dark. Yeah, I remember no. I remember when people were complaining no original movies in theaters, and then Nice Guys came out and no one showed up. Nice Guys was awesome. It really was. Which film is worst? Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, or Jason X. X. Coffee. Covfefe. No, Alonzo, it's their way of, you know, it's their way of saying tip. I don't know who the fuck where that started. It's just another way of it's like one-time Patreon essentially. It's a super chat. It's the same thing. I think it was made from more. It was a site that was more inclined towards like people who do Netflix, Instagram or Facebook lives, and like they had no way of getting like live like super chats or donations or things like that. So there was a company called buymeacoffee.com where you could send the creator X amount of dollars and just say, "Hey, I support you," or "Hey, what do you think of my penis in your coffee?" No, that's well, I mean, you could send that message essentially, but I mean, only if you're from Florida, I guess. Not only if you're from Florida. You'd have to get the balls into because I'm assuming it would be flaccid. Coffee gets very hot, so everything kind of. And we do not reference he who is orange. Thank you, Daniel. I love the Gray Man. Still wish they made it rated R though. Yeah, that is my one pet peeve. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I will get to it. All right, Zach, you're going to be the gateway drug for where I start talking about this fucking movie. I see that I'm 12 messages behind already. I'm starting early. I hate that it's getting all the hate that it's getting. I don't want to see any of these people like 80s, 90s action film. It's not Schindler's List. Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of essentially what I said. So visual aid, where'd you go? Visual aid, where'd you go? Visual aid, visual aid, visual aid, visual aid. There, that's the poster. Oh. All right, so it 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 is a well. Why don't I just read my review? That'll be quicker. Here are my exact quotes. Full disclosure, I'm a bit of a Joe Carnahan softie. Joe Carnahan, of course, directed um, Smoking Aces. He did the A Team movie in 2009, which I very much like. So I like his style of action, like, a little over the top, a little funny. Um, and The Gray Man takes itself seriously. So, but before you go thinking, you're watching a tank fucking falling out of the sky, shooting at random spots to fly. That is not the case with the Gray Man. So what I had typed, I'm cheating myself out of letterboxed views. Um, Watching this movie for about 20 minutes felt to me like a Carnahan flick. Quick action, witty, quirky banter on both sides of the spectrum, so I was quite amused and enjoying the ride. And I swear this is true. I had no idea who directed the film. And as they're going back and forth throughout this is things are happening around the globe type movie. And every time they're letting you know where something else is happening, giant, giant fucking font. And I couldn't help but think, this is like a Russo brothers type thing. This feels very, very Avengers Endgame. And if you check the crew, you will realize that the Russo brothers indeed directed. So they have a bit of a font thing that I can recognize. So the large font on a screen plays to me as their filmmaker characteristic. Um, there's a bunch of for those of you who are fans of the Russo brothers Marvel films, there's a bunch of people from those movies in this film, so reason enough to see some familiar faces. But I think at the right around the 20-minute mark, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later, Chris Evans makes his appearance, and he's the antagonist of the film. And oh my god, it's so incredible seeing Chris Evans not as Captain America, and I don't mean that as a slight. I mean that Chris Evans on his own has quite a bit of charisma to him. And the character that he plays in The Gray Man is he's quirky. He's got this weird fucking hairdo and mustache. I think he's only wearing one shirt throughout the entire movie. I think the movie takes place over the course of a day. He's just quirky. He's got these little quirky things that he says. He's snarky. He's a bubblier version of Ryan Reynolds, is what I would say. If you've seen Chris Evans in something like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or shout out to Razor Wire Reviews, Luke brought up Knives Out. Chris Evans has a lot of charisma, and him as the antagonist, it was kind of fun. It was fun, not liking him because he was still kind of funny as the asshole. Um, and to counter that, Ryan Gosling as the protagonist, um, it's good to see him not be so stoic in a movie. He gets to be a little fun whoever, it's been brought up a couple times already. Ryan Gosling in The Gray Man really not quite as goofy as he was in The Nice Guys. I mean, I wouldn't say he was goofy in The Nice Guys, but somewhere in between The Nice Guys and fucking I don't know, Drive is uh Ryan Gosling in Gray Man. And it it was such a breath of fresh air. And again, at that point, I felt like it was a Joe Carnahan movie. Um, it's a movie that's a little over the top, a little silly, a little fun. The difference between this film and a Carnahan film is Carnahan usually knows that he's going a little over the top. Like I said, in the 18 movie, when the tank is falling out of the sky and they're trying to maneuver to land in the lake or fall softly in the lake. And there's a line, and they're trying to fire at something. And Jessica Biel says something like, they're trying to fly the tank. Like, it's just so fucking silly. Like I enjoy stuff like that. I like a very good action movie. Mission Impossible Fallout, brilliant movie. This is sort of like that, but with a fucking clown shoes on. It. I'm not saying it's not serious. It does take itself seriously. It's grounded in what it presents, but there are elements that are still fun. Um, both characters oozing charisma, just absolutely. And then you have Anna de Armas, who shares a lot of screen with Ryan Gosling, and you get that Blade Runner 2049 reunited little thing there, because they were kind of, well, compared to this, they were flat in 2049. It was there's give and take, and if you watch the fucking trailer, one of the funnier lines in the movie is in the trailer, which is bullshit. But Anna de Armas is one of the next big things. She certainly holds her own. Like fantastic job. Her back and forth with Ryan Gosling was great, and you know, everybody was a badass. The three major stars are badasses. It just hit me right now as I was talking that both Chris Evans, Anna de Armas, and Ryan Gosling have like a 3 degrees of Anna de Armas going, because Anna de Armas and Chris Evans were in Knives Out together, and Anna de Armas was in Blade Runner 2049 with Ryan Gosling. And now my brain hurts. Furthermore, you have something not unlike John Wick, Mission Impossible. It's something of a hybrid of those two. These assassins running around doing stuff you'd expect from films like those. And the movie rests just fine in that subcategory of action movies. You know, people hired to get a specific thing, and something's gone wrong, so they have to hire the counter professional to go get the guy who whatever, so on and so forth. I'm trying to not give as much as the trailer did. I also put, this movie feels like a Joe Carnahan flick being blended with some of those Russo elements, and I was sold for the whole go. Silly at times, yes, but how often do you get to see Ryan Gosling repairing with Anna de Armas for a fair portion of the movie be something a bit more fun than stoic? The give and take with Evans was more than enough to keep me engaged. Dumb action? Sure, if you must. But if you're missing some incredible but you're missing some incredible camera work, effects, and stunts that the Russo brothers bring to this subcategory of action films. There is a lot of, I would imagine drone shots if they're not computer generated shots. There's some really unique camera work in some of these shots. The movie moves very quickly, especially for some action scenes. And uh, the faster an action movie moves, the more on board with it I am. And I can't praise it enough. Again, could have a random fuck every now and again when somebody gets shot, but I digest. If this movie was released to counter an Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone film in the big action heyday of the late '80s, it would be considered the less serious change of pace, which oddly is the one that takes itself the most serious. I would love to have seen this on a big screen with some super sound and so on, but it still made me enjoy it regardless where I was watching. Um, so yeah, if you're a fan of the Russos, if you're a fan of fast action, fast women, loose loose plots that are you can kind of see coming from a bit away. That's all well and good, but if you have a Netflix subscription, fucking you could always hit stop, give it a whirl. um Again, you're not going to get Captain America Chris Evans, which may suck ass to some of you. You're not gonna get, Drive Ryan Gosling, which may suck to some of you. Uh, but I had such a really good time with this movie. I really did. Again, 4 out of 5. And, I can't wait to somebody else that I talk to on a streamly basis sees it. Maybe I'll talk to them about it, and then we'll see, uh, just how crazy I am. Because the scores are low. They're the on Letterbox, it's a 2. I refuse to acknowledge. Congratulations to Cody Leach being acknowledged as a Rotten Tomatoes critic, but at this stage, who isn't other than me? Um, I like The Gray Man quite a bit. I'm actually totally down for a sequel, which it seems they are planning on going to make it. Hmm. Okay. I guess. I have not seen Charles. Uh, you guys have gotten me to watch so many Friday the 13th fan films for me to divert and start watching Chucky fan films. Shouldn't that be a Cody thing? I have not seen The Gray Man. Surprise. Well, it's an action movie. I don't know how you feel about action. I like Extraction more, but this was pretty solid, I thought. Extraction. I don't think I saw Extraction. I always assumed Kofi came from the phrase for the coffee fund when you tip someone. Ko-fi. I still listen, all I know is it's a website that when you search in Google buymeacoffee.com, it's like the second thing. And I know that they take 0% of your coffee money. And that's huge when you consider anybody who's had a super chat on YouTube will tell you that 0% of a support post is a big deal because the man likes to take their handful is the best way I can put it. And again, there's comments, there's you can place a comment and it's essentially a glorified super chat where the channel gets the entire chunk. I'm sick of Netflix films being mediocre or bad, so I didn't watch The Gray Man yet. Yeah, on uh, uh, yeah, on Letterboxd, it's got a 2.8, which isn't very strong. So there's that. CP pizza or burgers? It depends. They're very different. Pizza is kind of light, where burgers, you give me a burger with cheese and bacon and shit on it, like that. Fuck. If the burger's big and dumb and fat enough, it really depends on the mood. If I want to be a fat slop, it's burgers. If I want something that'll hit the spot and still leave me room to take care of things, both are sloppy. Neither are like things I can eat while editing. Neither are tuna sandwiches. I'll say that much. So they have their own form of sloppiness to them. A lot of the times, if I ever get my equipment back, I'll spend a couple hours during the day editing, and during an edit, I'll usually take a break and eat at the screen while something's like rendering or something, and watch a YouTube video while I'm eating something that is certainly not going to be a problem for my hands and all of the electronic gear. Oh wow, we're that far back. Shit. I didn't not enjoy it. Just wanted it to be a bit grittier. Thought it was too jokey at times. Definitely still down for a sequel. Yeah, I could see that. I could see people being like, "Come on, enough." And that's where I make the Joe Carnahan comparison. Like what the fuck? In Smoking Aces, there's times where it's just like, dude, everybody's getting wiped out. We're still cracking jokes. So that's where I make that comparison. And the A Team is a just a fucking festival. It's a festival of laughter. Brayman was fun, decent way to spend a rainy afternoon. My tongue is going to bed. It's early in the morning here in Scotland. The moose is in the hoose. Did The Gray Man feel like a Marvel movie? God, no. I mean, if you recognize people on the screen, sure, you're like, "Wow, Captain America's really turned." Um, there's somebody else who's actually, no, there's somebody there's a DC person in this movie too who, no, no, it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie. It just, um, if you're like me and you're a fucking font baby, you'll notice the giant fonts every time we go to a new town, and it's like, "Man, this is just like fucking Endgame." Nowhere, fucking whatever the fuck, Wakanda. It's like just like, dude, you could I can read it. You don't I know I have glasses on, but you don't have to make it that big. But no, it does not feel like a Marvel movie whatsoever. Whatsoever. Joe Carnahan did The Gray with Liam Neeson. I agree. It was excellent. Oh, no. No, 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 no. And it's not a horror movie. Yeah, Alonzo bringing up Chris Evans' ass. Yeah, yeah, he did. That is America's ass. I'm verified by no. It being an action movie would likely be a big reason why I haven't seen it. Yeah, yeah. What? Are you gonna make me one? Um, I usually go medium well. You still have to have some of the taste to it. My stream just paused. Am I still paused? Who would you like to see get knocked out? No comment. Frames keep dropping a bit. Awesome. Emily's doing good. She's readapting. She actually just went, she's reobtaining her NHS paperwork and shit. So she's gonna be able to go to the doctor for free. Sims? I'm still fucking lost. I've been pausing on Twitch. Oh, maybe we got a problem here. Yes, very much so, especially since Cody said that, um, he quite enjoyed it, and Cody and I both liked Predators. So, yes. Oh, that's a neither. Black olives because 'cause they're smaller? Do I only have to eat one, right? I don't know, I'm staying inside, I'm waiting for my luggage. Fucking assholes at Heathrow lost my shit. Yeah, I've seen parts of the house that Jack built. I don't know what priority that would fit into the who would like that, um, list, but It's on the radar. Um, it's cool that you can watch Prey in English or with Native American language. Yeah, I have a hard enough time with English, thanks. 1 pickle, 5 olives. 5 olives. Is that a different Kangol? Yeah, I have 22 of them, or 2, 3. I have 3 until the folks at Heathrow decide that, "Oh, we genuinely found your luggage." That or they cut me a check, which will take months because I'm gonna have to prove that I actually owned these fucking things. It's decent, just been working. What? Fuck. Hello. I haven't. I have not. I d I don't know why. I have not. I don't know why I Tommy Wiseau'd there. Um, I'm 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 usually pretty good about the that's a series, right? That's a couple of episodes. I'm usually pretty good about watching stuff like that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Plus Netflix, I don't keep a month-to-month subscription, to be honest with you. Uh, that is a who would like that film. That is on the radar. That is somewhere in the near future. If I had my camera, my tripod, my microphones, my wiring, a backdrop, who knows how far along the process I would be. Every time somebody says, CP, you're going to do this, it's like, yeah, I'd love to. I would be at least 2 videos deep right now, 2 produced videos deep. I hate this. Everything about what I was taught in school, in film school, this is not production, and it hurts. It fucking hurts. Um, yeah, search my channel. I oh, no, wait, I did an unboxing of a special edition that is lined up. I do have a review lined up to do that. But, yes, I have seen that. That was my favorite movie of the year it was released. I believe it was 2017. Yes. I need you to push the airline harder because I miss my bike suicide and funny little bubble man. Eh, hey, listen, American Airlines, Heathrow Airport, you have my permission to send them all the hate mail you want, but they are fucking me over hard. And what am I down to? Fucking covering their ass. Uh, somebody told me I was entitled to money because of, replacing day to day, whatever the fuck. I don't know if you could. No, you can't see it. Yeah, it's too dark. It's just too dark. Son, I'm afraid you're just too loud. I am down to $1.68 in my checking account because those fucking assholes have not given me anything. If I had to buy socks, I've had to buy fucking other items of day to day living, and forget about food. But evidently, I'm entitled to it. It's like it's just they just make you fucking bend over backwards to prove that you had shit in your luggage. I had medication in my luggage. Like it's just I fucking hate this. I really, had I known, I would have, I don't know, I would have shipped my shit over here. I wouldn't, it would have cost less at this point. It genuinely would have cost less. I always wanted to try a veggie burger and put bacon on it to mess with the vegetarian. Nope. Yep, nope. Which French film was more disturbing, Base Moi or Martyrs? Base Moi is just like shock value, to be honest with you. It's just like, it's natural born killers shot on digital. You know, if you took like the I spit on your grave like premise and then like threw it in a blender with natural born killers and then threw in like unsimulated sex and then shot it on digital, that's what Base Moi is. And it's like a like not well done. There's nothing about it that it's one of the few movies that I've covered in that series where it's just like artistically, what are you doing to like the cinematography's shit, with the exception of the scene where one of them's getting fucked on a bed and we get her angle and they do a shaky cam upside down of the TV and it's just like, oh, neat. It's a POV. Martyrs is fucking, that's fucking disturbing. And it has a lot more to say than Base Moi. I'm sorry. Base Moi, it's down there for me. Spoiler on the ranking. Seems like Robert Pattinson lately, doesn't it? On a scale of 0 to 100, what is the probability you make a Pamela Voorhees fan film? If I had the money, I'd 100. I cock teased with my April Fool's joke. I would, if I had the funds and you know, if I had crew and everything, you know, and it didn't chew into any sort of other aspects of life. If this were a project that I could do that, you know, didn't take away from anything, and like just like a passion project kind of deal where I don't know. I wouldn't be able to make money off of it. So, you know, it would have to be you know, a thing where I was able to pay for it. If I were able to get a crew together, you know, properly cast it, 100. I would 100% make a prequel. That's been my thing for the longest time. You can go back to the early days of the channel when it was called Will I Like It Reviews. That was I went to film school and before Vince even put out Vince DeSanti put out Never Hike Alone. I wanted to make a Pamela prequel and explain. I kind of wanted a retcon. Well, not retcon, but give you the 1950s shit and then kind of sort of explain why Jason was a grown up in part 2. But that question all depends on on a budget. I mean, right now, 0. I have $1.28 in my bank account. I can't film somebody named Pamela. I think Die Hard is very good. Very good. It's one of the quintessential action films. No. What movie genuinely scared me? Pet Sematary. I saw it in the theater as a young buck. You got $50 on my Pamela Voorhees movie? All right, so we're, what are we? 10,000. We need 10,000 more of you. I haven't written a script. You can't put money down on a. I mean, I probably have I could put together a thesis and shit together. But much appreciated, Doug. There's no vanilla Coke in the UK, by the way, Doug. Send help. They have a sugar tax, so the vanilla Coke they have in the UK is vanilla Coke 0. Blah. If there's another Friday the 13th movie or fan film I want you to play as Jason, nobody will believe it because I'm tiny. Yeah, I could probably pull off the part 1 Jason. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot about the original Pet Sematary, and especially watching it as a child with an undeveloped brain, like a brilliant parent that I had. There's stuff like, I didn't really process death yet. I was essentially Ellie Creed's character in that movie. There was so much in that movie that was just fucking horrifying. First of all, Victor Pascal, the ghost, at the time, if you watch it in high def, it looks a little, you could see the green screen effect with the guy gets hit by a bus, but like the gore when he first gets hit and brought into the hospital. The Lewis, the ground is sour. Or when he first goes to see him, when Lewis Creed is sleeping and he just he's like 6 inches from his head, and he's like, "Come on, Doc." That scared the fuck out of me, like a whole tit load. There's that. There's I just have a general fear of death, and that movie is everything that's miserable about dying. And fucking Zelda, holy shit. That's all I need to say. Zelda. If they do a copycat Michael Myers, I'm going to laugh all of the fucking way through the month of October. Because all of the toxic Halloween fans, to see how they're going to make it all right is it's going to be entertainment. Because how many groups do you see of people just defending Roy in Friday 5? You just I was 5'10" pre-spinal surgery. I'm either 5'10.5" or 5'11" now due to the synthetic, the titanium spine disc I have in my spine now. Don't know why that's prevalent. Jason doesn't need to be that tall, but you just need my torso. Oh, you plan to I did cosplay as Victor Pascal in October. It was cold. That sucked. I had the whole gear, the fucking shorts, and just a bunch of fucking corn syrup in my head. Nobody knew who I was too, which was fucking annoying. I hate fucking cosplaying or I wasn't cosplaying. Back then they called it Halloween. Where you just dress up as things and ask for candy. But I my Halloween costume was Victor Pascal, but nobody knew what the fuck I was, and I was just like, "Man, you're all adults. Don't you fucking watch movies, you dicks." "Oh, you're a scary person." I'm like, "I'm Victor Pascal, asshole. Watch movies." Stephen King has been quoted as saying that Pet Sematary was one book that frightened him as he was writing it. Yeah, it's sort of based on like a bad dream that he had about a road that was very similar near his house, and he was worried about his own family and shit. Yeah, it'd be funny if Michael shows up and kills a copycat, but yeah, watching toxic Halloween fans lose their shit is a great pleasure. It is. It is because they go to such great lengths to piss on people with an opinion or critique from a stance where they can tell you why they have that critique, and their blind allegiance is just so obnoxious. um and if they were to be given a copycat for Halloween Ends, I'd love to hear the blind allegiance for that, because I'm a Friday fan. How often do you hear me talk about how fucking okay 5 is? No, no, I mean like thin, like scrawny, wiry. I'm used to cosplaying and no one knowing who I am. When I dressed as Herbert West, I had a grandmother thinking I was Harry Potter. It wasn't a dream. He and his family did live near a similar road, but it was incident where his son almost ran into the road. Essentially the opposite of what happened with Lewis and Gage. That's right. Dice does homework when Dice covers things. Did you have things you may not know about Pet? Did you review Pet Cemetery and then your trademark things you didn't know about Pet Cemetery to follow? I don't have a brain, so if I even watched it and commented on it, I've already forgotten. Oh yeah, the Gage at the end. No fair. And then he fucking dumps out and falls into the wall. Why is it that zombies, you can come back from the dead, but like fucking whatever the fuck medical liquid Lewis had in his kit, that knocks you out. You get buried in an Indian burial ground you're a zombie. A little bit of fucking Novocaine, you're done. I would explain that, Alonzo. Alonzo says, with Friday the 13th Part 2, I always wondered at the beginning of the film how Jason knew where Alice lived to get revenge on her for killing his mother. Again, I if I had my way, I would fucking Band-Aid 1 through the beginning of 2. The backstory of 1 through the beginning of 2, which, in horror, people don't want that. So, like, that's another reason why it's like, it's just a fucking pipe dream. Because how many people enjoy the Texas Chainsaw Massacre um, uh, prequel, the explanation? How many people enjoy the first 30 minutes of Rob Zombie's Halloween? Some things are left better untouched. Yeah, I did give Pet Sematary my things you didn't know about treatment. If you did watch it, you didn't leave a comment. Oh, well, I'm an asshole. That or I already knew everything. So, urban legend. Urban legend. I'm caught up. Oh, brother, I'm caught up. Wait. Yeah. I remember Salem's Lot, that one shot of the kid in the window was the only thing that freaked me out. That's not enough. Just like Jason X slamming a frozen face into a fucking surface isn't enough for me to like a movie. I don't ever want to see Kane Hodder play Jason ever again. I like zero of Kane Hodder's performances as Jason. Hot take, controversial take. I have no problem with him as an actor or whatever. He did great work. It's very believable though that he's a strong dude, that he could fuck shit up. But what he brought to Jason was heavy breathing at a point in the franchise when Jason was a zombie. And like that was Kane Hodder's Jason. Never in the franchise did Jason use his lungs so well before part 7. He's a big dude. I buy it. I don't want to see him. Derek Mears, I'd give him another shot. 2009 was fucking, he was fucking haunting in that movie. Do I think the plot twist in Die Hard 2 at the shooting blanks outside the church is one of the most underrated? I'd have to think about plot twists. That's hard. That's hard. My brain's made of pudding. Plot twists in action movies. Nah. To be honest with you, I never, never paid two thoughts to it before you commented it. I think Kane Hodder would do a better job as Jason Voorhees alive. I would agree with you there. If you want to use your lungs so much, go ahead. Make sure the character's alive, please, sir. Thank you. Also true, Kane did have the worst movies. I do like the fact that Kane Hodder got to play both Jason and be Kane Hodder in a movie and get killed as both people. That was unique. Good job, Jason Goes to Hell. You took Kane Hodder and killed him twice in one movie. Scariest, nah. Private. Final chapter is one of the better Friday the 13th. Yeah. There's an argument to be had that he is the scariest. I'll give you that. Part 3. I'm trying to think. Scary. Yeah. All right. Scary. I guess you're right. Because part 3 is Jason. It's not nearly. Richard Brooker is a good Jason. Is he a scary Jason? That's such a gimmick movie. Friday 3 is just like, we have 3D. That's it. Have you ever seen Wishmaster from 1997? It's a unique horror film with a casting set in that Angus Scrimm, Robert Englund, Tony Todd, Kane Hodder, and Reggie Bannister are all in the film. No, I have not. That's the other thing that, yes, I agree. I agree heavily. Derek Mears is pretty fucking scary. Especially in that opening 10, 20 minutes, whatever the fuck. I think horror fans pay way too much respect to the actors that play the people within like masks and things. There's reasons that Hollywood does not cast these people in other movies. And a lot of it has to do with acting chops. Granted, I haven't seen Wishmaster, so it could be a 5-star classic, but I really wish I never went to film school, because before I went to film school, I thought horror was the only thing that mattered, and it was the greatest thing ever. And then I learned about like rules and like, standards and things like that. And I was just like, oh, horror's kind of shit. And I still enjoy horror films, of course. I can overlook the rules. Rules are made to be bent and broken and all that shit. Nobody would pay to see fucking Brad Pitt without seeing Brad Pitt. Stop it. But horror actors get typecast. Whoa. Have I ever watched Night of the Demons? No, I have not. I only recently saw Savage Streets, which I want to do a Who Would Like That for. That was the last thing I watched before I left the US. And I was like, oh, this totally, like, I have so much comedic material for Savage Streets. And I have to sit on it. I just have to fucking sit on it. Fuck you, Heathrow. Night of Demons, best use of lipstick ever. All right. I will take your word for it. And that is the sun coming out. What time is it? It's breakfast time. Lipstick scene with Linnea Quigley and Angela seductive scene to Bauhaus's Stigmata Martyr. Linnea Quigley, underrated scream queen. If you watch it and start yelling at me, I'll know when you've reached the scene in Night of Demons. I'm intrigued. What is more embarrassing, Michael getting his ass kicked by Busta Rhymes in Halloween, or Jason turning into a little kid and Jason Takes Manhattan? Busta Rhymes. It's just embarrassing. Jason turning into a kid is stupid. Like, embarrassing is one thing. Stupid is stupid. I'd love to hear somebody's opinion on. Oh no, it makes sense. It's great. It totally. Please. I'd like a thesis on why Jason turning back into a little boy with his shorts on. At the end of Jason Takes Manhattan is something that is a viable choice in storytelling. Linnea Quigley has a great pair of eyes. Coming from Alonzo. Corey just dropping the ball. Yep. Well, just watch Return of the Living Dead. I mean, does she wear clothes at all in that movie? She has a fake vagina in that movie, for fuck's sake. They shot her nude in that movie, and then they had to put a prosthetic vagina on, which I should make my own little fucking 10-minute video on why. There's no way I can monetize it, though. Like, what did you accomplish by making her have a huge plastic vajujuju? I don't. It's more noticeable. Yeah, Yeah, they asked her to shave, then they said, "Oh shit, you could see everything." Then they gave her the Barbie doll piece, which looks like she's got the biggest clitoris in history. When there's that one scene where she's walking and she eats the homeless dude's head, and it's just like, Christ Almighty, what the fuck is between her legs? Okay, uh, I might actually try to either eat breakfast or go to bed. Um, Thank you for hanging out with me. Uh, it was fun chatting about an action movie and then tons of horror again. Horror. Um, Hopefully, my luggage will come sometime soon so that I can do other things and other projects and whatever, and then do streams for Doug. I can't tell you how much I miss just distracting myself by driving a little bicycle down a mountain and then crashing and getting frustrated. At least it was a distraction. This is me having to be on. Uh, the shipping would be destructive, Doug. I appreciate it, but they're heavy and I'm like 3,000 miles away. um, oh, are they going to make another Under Earth, whatever the fuck? Now that you live in UK, no property, no descendants, you'll be gone and forgotten. I don't live in the UK, but I appreciate your cryptic attempt at telling me something that will be true of about, I don't know, 7.95 billion human beings right now. Who the fuck do you think will be remembered out of all of us right now? Well, because we're on the internet. Do you think the internet will last forever? How many people can you name from the fucking 1850s? Dolt. It's what happens when you're as cool as me, Alonzo. What do you want? Okay. We're done. Uh, I'm done with the gibberish. Thanks, guys. Everybody who's a mod, uh, you're well worth your weight in gold, because people are, again, rent free. I appreciate the space that you allow me to live rent free in your head, you fucking clown.